Good morning, class. How are you? Hope you are doing well. In our previous class, we have learnt about the properties of materials like shining, softness, hardness, and solubility. Today, we are going to learn about its transparency, which is the last property. You might have played the game of hide and seek. Think of some places where you would like to hide so that you are not seen by the others. Why did you choose those places? Would you have tried to hide behind a glass window? Obviously not, as your friend can see through that and spot you, and you will be caught and you will be out. सो कैन यू सी थ्रू ऑल द मटेरियल्स? क्या हम सारे सब ऑब्जेक्ट्स से हम आर पार देख सकते हैं? ट्रांसपेरेंसी मतलब किसी भी चीज़ से आर पार देखना, राइट? सो दो सब्सटेंसेस और मटेरियल्स थ्रू विच थिंग्स कैन बी सीन आर कॉल्ड द ट्रांसपेरेंट. जिस चीज़ से हम लोग आर पार देख सकते हैं पूरी तरह, जैसे ग्लास विंडो है तो उसको हम बोलते हैं ट्रांसपेरेंट. Glass, water, air and some plastics are the examples of transparent materials. Shopkeepers usually prefer to keep biscuits, sweets and other eatables in transparent containers of glass or plastic so that the buyers can easily see this item. See in your figure 4.8. On the other hand, there are some materials through which you are not able to see. These materials are called opaque. Then you cannot tell what is kept in a closed wooden box, a cupboard, a cartoon box or a metal container. ऐसे जो कंटेनर होते हैं जिसमें हम सामान रखते हैं, जिसमें से हम आर पार नहीं देख सकते हैं, उसको हम बोलते हैं ओपेक. जिसमें से देख सकते हैं वो है ट्रांसपेरेंट. सो लकड़े का बॉक्स है, अगर कोई मेटल का बॉक्स है, कोरोगेटेड बॉक्स आते हैं जो बाहर से सामान आता है पैक किया हुआ, उसमें से हम नहीं देख सकते हैं. डू वी फाइंड दैट वी कैन ग्रुप ऑल द मटेरियल्स एंड ऑब्जेक्ट्स विदाउट एनी कन्फ्यूजन एज आइदर ओपेक और ट्रांसपेरेंट? अभी देखो, क्या हम सिर्फ दो ही ग्रुप में मटेरियल्स को सॉर्ट कर सकते हैं कि एक ट्रांसपेरेंट है और दूसरा ओपेक है? सो लेट अस डू एन एक्टिविटी. टेक ए शीट ऑफ पेपर एंड लुक थ्रू इट टूवर्ड्स अ लाइट बल्ब and make a note of your observation. Now put 2 or 3 drops of some oil and spread it on the sheet of paper. Now look again towards the lighted bulb through the portion of the paper on which the oil has been spread. Do you find that the bulb is more clearly visible than before? But you can see clearly through the oiled paper. Is everything on the other side of it visible? Perhaps not. The materials through which the objects can be seen but not clearly are known as translucent. Remember the oily patch on paper when we tasted food items for the presence of fats? That was translucent too. Can you think of some more examples of translucent materials? We can therefore group materials as opaque, transparent and translucent. Paheli suggests covering a glass of torch with your palm at the dark place. Switch on the torch and observe the other side of the palm. She wants to know whether the palm of your hand is opaque, transparent or translucent. We learned that the materials differ in different appearances and the way they mix in water or liquids. They may float or sink in water or may be transparent, opaque or translucent also. Materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities or differences of their properties. Why do we need to group the materials in everyday life? We often group materials for our convenience. हमें सहूलियत हो जाए इसीलिए हम लोग materials को sort करते हैं. At home we usually store things in a such a manner that similar objects are placed together. Such an arrangement helps us to locate them easily. Similarly, a grocer usually keeps all the types of biscuits at one corner of his shop, all the soaps at the other, while grains and pulses are stored at some other place. There is another reason why we find such a grouping useful. Dividing materials in groups makes it convenient to study their properties and also observe any patterns in their properties. We will study more about this in higher classes. अभी देखो कोई एक पेपर ले लो, राइट, से सपोज दिस इज़ अ पेपर, राइट, ये अगर किसी लाइट के सामने रखूँगा मैं तो ओपेक, कुछ दिखेगा नहीं मेरे को, राइट, तो एक है ओपेक। अगर इसी जगह में कोई इस तरह की अगर कोई प्लास्टिक रखूँगा तो यू कैन क्लियरली सी थ्रू इट, राइट। सो दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंट। नाउ think of what is translucent, right? So what will I do? I will take a paper like this and put some oil drops on it, right? So some part of the paper will be visible, right? कुछ पार्ट जो है जहाँ पर हमने ऑयल ड्रॉप्स स्प्रेड कर दिया है उसमें से आर पार आपको दिखेगा लेकिन क्लियरली नहीं दिखेगा, राइट, दैट इज ट्रांसलूसेंट। तो ये सब अरेंजमेंट मतलब सेपरेशन करने का मतलब क्या, तो थिंग्स हमारे लिए सॉर्ट आउट करना इजी हो जाए। सी फॉर एग्जांपल्स, in your house your mother in the kitchen keeps all the masalas in one side, all the food grains on the other side, so that it becomes easy for her to get the things done and with it quickly. Otherwise you will waste your time first to search where the things are kept. So it is advisable to sort the things according to your need, preferences and everything. So sorting of materials help us a lot. We learn to know about their properties, how they are helpful to us also. So in this chapter we learnt about the keywords like hard, insoluble, luster, material, metals, opaque, rough, soluble, translucent and transparent, right? So this is what we have gone through all the chapter. Here we finish our chapter. Question answer has already been sent to you. So keep your work up to date, write it down in your notebook and learn for the next coming unit test. Till then, see you, goodbye.